Hey everyone, welcome back to Kicking It with Christy. I'm Christy, and if you're new here or just joining me for the first time, make sure to grab your favorite drink, pull up a chair, and let's chat. But before we get started today, if you're enjoying my channel and these conversations, if I could ask for you to hit the like and subscribe button, it's completely free, doesn't cost a thing, and it just helps my channel grow, and I would really appreciate that. Now, today's topic is something I've been thinking about ever since I became a nana. Parenting then versus parenting now. And let me start by saying that I am not here to tell anyone that they're doing it the wrong way. In fact, if you ask my kids, they probably would give you a whole list of things that I did the wrong way while raising them. And honestly, I'd probably agree with them. So whether you're a new parent now or you're a parent like I am, where my kids are adults now, there's always been a huge learning curve. And these days, parents have so much more information available to them to help them. When I was raising my kids, there wasn't any Google or ChatGPT where I could just go ask a question and find out what I needed to know. For the most part, I was just winging it and giving it my best guess and hoping for the best. I think my generation did the best we could with the information that we had at the time. And I think today's parents are doing the best that they can with the information that they are given. And they're lucky because they have all the resources now. But holy shit, have things changed? And honestly, a lot of the changes are for the better, I think. So before anyone gets mad at me, I'm not complaining about how things used to be or criticizing how things are done today. I'm not doing that. I'm simply sharing some funny comparisons between raising kids back when I was and raising kids now. And trust me, some of these are pretty funny. Back when I was raising my kids, there wasn't a parenting handbook or ChatGPT or a Google search engine that I could hop on the internet and look up anything I wanted to or get the information I needed. If my kid had a fever of 99.7 degrees and I didn't know what to do, I just couldn't look it up. So what I did is I called my mom. And if she didn't answer, I gave my kids some Tylenol, stayed awake all night and checked on them every 10 minutes, and then hope for the best. Today, my son Mike, who has one daughter, and my daughter Lindsay, who has 3 daughters now, can get 5,000 opinions in about 30 seconds just by Googling something or by asking ChatGPT. And honestly, that's awesome. I wish I would have had that. Okay, so now let's talk about car seats. Can someone please explain to me why installing a car seat today requires an engineering degree and a 47-page instruction manual? Come on. My husband and I can have at least 10 arguments just trying to install one car seat. And right now, Lindsay needs 3 car seats. That's right, 3. If we had to install 3 car seats every day, we would have needed marriage counseling by week 2. When my kids were little, we'd slide the car seat in, buckle it in with the seatbelt, and look at each other and say, I think this is good. We'd give it a little tug and it didn't move, and we were like, okay, yep, let's go. Today, there are videos, manuals, apps, warning labels, tutorials, special clips, anchors, straps, buckles, and about 37 things that need to be tightened. By the time I'm done installing one car seat, I already need a nap. Now, don't get me wrong. Whatever keeps kids safe, I am 100% for it. I just wish there was an easier way for us grandparents to figure these things out, because we don't install these every day like parents do. We only install them once in a great while when the kids are here. Half the time I feel like I need to call the grandkids over to help me figure out how their car seat works or how to install it. It's just crazy that they're so difficult to install, but I understand for safety reasons. The next thing I'd like to talk about are baby monitors. When my kids were babies, I had one monitor, me. If I heard crying, I would just go into their bedroom and check on them, and it was pretty simple. Today, parents have cameras, apps, sleep trackers, temperature sensors, movement alerts, and enough technology to monitor every breath. I swear these babies have better security systems than my entire house. Back in the day when I was raising my kids, and I sound like an old grandma right now, which is funny to me because I always think about when my grandparents used to say, well, back in the day, and that's what I'm doing now. Back in the day when I was raising my kids, the only thing I monitored was whether it had gotten suspiciously quiet in the other room, because that usually meant somebody was coloring on our dog or the walls or something. Another thing that's different, pictures. And as a proud Nana, I have to admit, I may be just as guilty as today's parents when it comes to taking too many pictures. But when my kids were growing up, when we took a picture, we hoped nobody had their eyes closed, somebody's finger wasn't up their nose, or that everyone was actually looking at the camera. And then we waited and waited and waited some more, because we couldn't just run out and get one picture developed. We had to wait for the whole film, the entire roll, to be used first. Then after you waited to get the pictures developed and you finally get them back, you look at them and you discover that half of them are blurry, somebody's head was cut off, or one of the kids was making a weird face in every single photo. Then digital cameras came along, and that changed everything, thank God, because at least you could look at the picture that you took and you could decide whether it was good enough to keep or delete it and try to take another one. So that was a savior for us, and that was one of the newer things that came out when our kids were little, and I'm thankful for that. Today's parents, they take like about 900 pictures before breakfast, and honestly, as a Nana, I'm pretty much doing the same thing. I probably take more pictures of my granddaughters in one weekend than my kids had their entire childhood. The only difference is now I don't have to wait 6 months to a year to get the film developed, so that's great. And here's another thing that's changed, the amount of stuff parents have today. When I was raising kids, we had a stroller, a diaper bag, and if we were trying to be a little fancy, maybe a pack and play. But today's parents need enough equipment to survive a 3-week expedition into the wilderness to take their kids to Target. It's crazy. They've got strollers, they've got travel strollers, they've got diaper bags and backup diaper bags, they have sound machines, bottle warmers, portable fans, portable white noise machines. They've got enough accessories to fill an entire SUV. It's crazy. And that's just to go to the store. Now, before anyone gets mad at me, as I mentioned at the beginning, there are a lot of things today's parents do way better than we ever did. Safety has improved. Information that you can get is so much easier to find. And parents today are much more informed than we ever were. It's just crazy, the stuff that my kids know now that we never knew. And still didn't know until we had grandkids. I'm not saying that one way is better than the other. I'm just saying that things have definitely changed since my kids were raised. And sometimes the differences are kind of funny. And that's all I'm trying to say. Now, when I look back at how I raised my kids, I think, wow, there was definitely no parenting handbook or no resources to do any research on. Honestly, I often wonder how we all survived, but we did. And while all the technology, the apps, the monitors, the information available today may give our kids an advantage, I think, and I truly believe this, they're doing exactly what we did years ago and what we taught them. Raising their kids the best way that you know how. The tools may have changed, but the love hasn't. At the end of the day, we're all just trying to raise great humans and hoping we don't mess them up too much along the way. Since we're getting to the end of our episode, I would love to hear from you guys. What do you feel are the differences between parenting then versus parenting now? I think it's technology, but you guys could have totally different opinions, and I would love to hear them. I love hearing all your stories, and I read every comment that comes through. Well, that's it for today's episode, and if you enjoyed hanging out with me again, please hit the like and subscribe button down below. It really helps my channel grow, and I really appreciate all your support. And we will see you Sunday, and cheers to you all.